When the previews for Grindhouse hit the theaters a couple of months back, I and probably everyone with a fond remembrance for Dirty Mary and Crazy Larry was worked up. An homage to the Grindhouse days of yore made by Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, the modern-day high priests of the form? Righteous! Sign me up. Grindhouse opens with a preview for Machete, starring Danny Trejo, who you'll remember from an earlier Rodriguez-Tarantino collaboration, the hilarious From Dusk Till Dawn. The preview Machete, a story about a bad Chicano with a big blade, is so spot-on funny that you wish it weren't just a preview. Then, after another cheesy 70s feature presentation graphic, Rodriguez's Planet Terror opens. A zombie movie with a military experiment veneer, Planet Terror stars Freddy Rodriguez from 6 Feet Under fame as the ne'er-do-well prodigal son of a small town in Texas. Returning for the first time in forever, Rodriguez just happens to arrive as Bruce Willis's suspect combat troops are accidentally unleashing a nasty contagion that turns everyone it touches into, you guessed it, flesh-eating zombies. Sorry, that's sickos, according to the characters and the director. We also meet the local sheriff, played by Michael Biehn of Terminator and the Abyss, making a blast from the past appearance, as well as local exotic dancer Cherry Darling, played by fanboy exciter Rose McGowan. Rose conveniently has a little accident early in the film that requires the removal of her leg, allowing for the silliest prosthetic replacement in film history, an M16A1 combo assault rifle and grenade launcher. The cast is filled out with James Brolin as a rather twisted homicidal doctor and Jeff Fahey as a grizzled barbecue restaurateur. The rest of the story isn't really the point. It's a zombie movie, which means the people you haven't met start lurching around trying to eat the people you have met, and the people you have met either exhibit new and amazing talents for killing, or they end up on the menu. Along the way, Bruce Willis and his troops make a reappearance as first the good guys and then the bad guys, all of which builds to a crescendo of death in which Cherry Darling does a gunfire dance of destruction and Freddy Rodriguez displays martial arts skills that usually show up on guys named Lee. The intermission, probably the best part of the whole show, gives us more previews for films that don't exist, but damn, don't you wish they did. Rob Zombie offers up the best title ever with Werewolf Women of the SS, starring a ridiculously mustachioed Nicolas Cage as Fu Manchu. Even better is Thanksgiving, the one holiday never essayed as a subject for a horror movie, and don't you wish they had? Death Proof, Quentin Tarantino's final chapter in this opus, begins with a second appearance of Rose McGowan being talked into a ride with Kurt Russell at the end of a boring birthday. Her birthday does get a lot less boring, but she ends up dead in the passenger seat of a car that's indestructible as long as you're driving. Kurt, stuntman Mike, gets his kicks scaring the bejesus out of young ladies before killing them in a wreck which he can then claim as an accident to the local authorities. This all works fine until he bumps into Rosario Dawson from Rent and Alexander and her 2 stunt women friends. After a convenient detour to check out, that is borrow, an oh-so-cherry Dodge Challenger, the girls and the maniac engage in the best car chase sequence since The Italian Job. When it's done, the girls get their man meets his maker, and all is right with the world. So why isn't this the greatest piece of mass entertainment since Rollerball? Is it the road to hell in all its good intentions? Is it too much of a good thing? Is it not enough of anything? Personally, I think it's a problem born of the concept itself. First of all, the creators, both of them, have careers that were already built on worship of the Grindhouse, so this is more of what they've already done. Even worse, they've taken a huge, big-picture budget and poured it into the service of making a film, 2 films actually, that aspire to look like crap. It's so over the top that in Planet Terror it almost seems as if Rodriguez had the printers take a fork to the print before making copies, so when you should be laughing and having a great time with the obviously cheesy story, you're just as likely to be saying to yourself, wow, they must have run this thing over with a tank. Not good. Then there's the chosen subject material. The fact is that no matter what Robert Rodriguez wants to call it, Planet Terror is a zombie movie, and compared to the plethora of great zombie movies released of late, his is a lightweight. Come on. 28 Days Later, Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, even the silly Shaun of the Dead. Planet Terror can't sniff the rot on any of them. It takes too long to get going and otherwise tries to carry on too many unimportant subplots, especially for Grindhouse fare. Death Proof is better, but again, the story takes forever to get going. While Tarantino has an extreme talent for interesting dialogue, he spends too much time getting to the point for this format. We don't want to know everything there is to know about stuntman Mike's first victim. We want to see her die and get to the heroine. Yet Quentin has us sitting around waiting for 20 minutes before he gets her dead and introduces the lead. And this in the second half of a double feature. Rule number 1 in Grindhouse pictures is get to the point, fast. Once it gets going, Death Proof is a blast. Great car chase, great stunts, great quips and characters, until the finish. Suddenly Mike, this sick, twisted, homicidal maniac, is made to whimper and cry like a little girl because he got hurt. Sorry, Quentin, it doesn't track. Grindhouse or not, a character like this doesn't end up crying like a pussy. He may die, he may scream maniacally, he'd probably laugh his ass off. This is just reversal for the sake of reversal. The ending ends up lame and hollow and really unsatisfying. At the end of the day, this film is more of a museum piece, made on a big budget to look like it was made on the cheap. Great talent trying to look like the desperate workhorses of yore. You know you have a problem when the previews are better than the feature. Hey, I still want to see Machete.